Afternoon everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is my match reaction to yesterday's game against Man United. I'm very disappointed really. Well, I'm happy with the win, I'm happy with the 3 points. You know, sometimes you have got to win ugly, but I'm a bit disappointed with the performance from basically everyone apart from the keeper and the defence. I thought the defence was very solid as usual, very strong. Saliba and Gabriel, powerful. And they had to be. And, you know, Calafiori, who I was against starting, scored the only goal of the game. And I think he had a decent performance. Ben White played pretty well, especially in the first half. But ultimately, the game wasn't exciting. It was boring. It was lethargic. We don't look ready. Saka as well had a poor game for a change. I was surprised with his performance. You know, he didn't really get going. Martinelli over on that left-hand side. We need to address that left-hand side. Gyökeres started the game and was quiet as well. He wasn't getting the balls. He wasn't getting fed. And, you know, it is a tough place to go. So I've got to take that into consideration with this reaction. But, you know, United haven't been great all last season, and I'm not sure about their pre-season because I didn't really watch it. But I thought I went into this game feeling pretty confident that we could win there. But maybe not comfortably in terms of goals, but in terms of performance, because the last pre-season game against Athletic Club, Atletico Bilbao, whatever you call them, I thought was a very good game. I thought we played very well. And I don't understand why we couldn't take that forward into this game. Yeah, it's hard to go there. It's hard to play away at Old Trafford. It's hard to play away anywhere in the Premier League. I get that. I understand that. But ultimately, I just think that, you know, if this is how we're going to perform, we might be in a little bit of trouble. You know, and Mbeumo and Gooner, they're new additions on the flanks. They played very well and they tried hard. They had a couple of shots. You know, David Raya made a couple of good saves as well. Saliba, you know, was I thought it was a penalty. Where I can't remember what player. I think it was Gooner when he sort of went through the back of him a little bit, and it did look like I was relieved. Put it that way, especially the way the referee was. And the referees have been against Arsenal all last season. I don't want to get onto the referees and start moaning. It's a new season now. We start afresh. But I did think that was a penalty, and we got lucky there. But I mean, in terms of performance, I was very disappointed with it. To be honest, I thought we should have played better. I mean, Madawaki as well got roasted when he come on. Ahmed. It proves the fact that, you know, that most of the fan base was against that signing. But, you know, I mean, it's the first game of the season. I don't want to be too negative about it, but I was expecting a little bit more. And ultimately, performance-wise, I'm saying it again and again and again. I am disappointed with it. And I was watching. I did do a watch along. And it was a hard watch at times. It really was. And you know, when you do your watch-alongs, you don't have no sound on the TV because of copyright, obviously. And I wasn't excited enough. The watch-along was probably boring for those who watched it. Apologies for that, but I was trying to make it sound more exciting. Like, if you know, when you listen to it on the radio, and the radio commentary always tries to make things more exciting than what they actually are, and they do a fantastic job of it. I couldn't do that. And you know, it was a hard watch for me. Probably the watch along was a hard watch for those of you that watched it. But you know, that wasn't my fault. It was because of the game was boring, and I don't know about the manager. I'm still concerned about him going forward. I know he's done wonders at the club. I know he's took us to a certain level. We're challenging again. Dismissing the domestic cups, though, I hate that. I hate the fact that he actually dismisses the domestic cups, it seems, and puts more favour into the Champions League and the Premier League. But we've got a team now. We have got a good team. I personally think our work is done. I don't think we're going to get anybody else signed in. I think the next step will be getting players out, fringe players out, like Reece Nelson, Trossard. There's a few others that are, my mind's gone fucking blank. My mind's gone blank. Anyway, there is a few players that we're going to be looking to. Kiwi Oz, another one that's probably going to be leaving as well. There is about 4 or 5 players that I think are going to be leaving before we can even attempt to bring another player in, and I think we ain't got enough time left in the window to address that. I think the business is done in terms of signing players, which I'm a bit disappointed about, because that left-hand side is still not being correctly addressed. I know we've been linked to Rodrigo. I can't see that happening. Rafael Leao, I can't see that happening either. Eze now looks like he's going to be going to Spurs. Spurs definitely need a 10 because of Madison getting that ACL injury, and Spurs are going to push hard for him, it seems. But he's more of a 10 as well. He's not really a left-sided player. I mean, there's other players we're linked to. I don't want to go through all the names because we're linked to everybody according to certain big channels on here. But, you know, I'm going to just say I'm happy with the 3 points. We go again. We play Leeds at home next. We're at home to Leeds in the next game. In a game where we're at home to a club that's just been promoted. I've got to judge it more on that, because it was a very difficult fixture going away to Old Trafford. No matter how poor they are, it's still hard to go there. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to say, right, okay, at least we got the 3 points. Let's move forward. And let's see what we can do at home to a newly promoted team, which we should put to the sword, and we should score plenty of goals, and the performance level should go up through the roof, especially with our own fans behind us at the Emirates. It should make a difference, and if it doesn't make a difference, then there's going to be question marks over potentially the rest of the season. So anyway, put your comments in there. Let me know what you thought about the game. Stick a like on the channel, subscribe if you ain't, and I'll see you soon.